Hello vinyl community, Mitch here, and before today's feature presentation, I just wanted to make a small speech. As you are now aware, I have been crowned the winner of this year's If I Could Only Remember My Name Vinyl Community Music Quiz from Jack at the Vinyl Voyage. I played Gav Axman Spins in the final. It was a really great opponent, really worthy. I was really nervous to face him. He said some very gracious things since the final, and I just want to thank Gav for being such a great opponent. I was genuinely nervous going up against him. So basically, I've now been crowned the VC's biggest musical anorak, and it's not a title that, I take lightly. It's a great responsibility and a great privilege. I never realised how much useless music trivia I'd kept in my head over the years, so no one's more surprised than me to reach the final. But I just wanted to say a big thanks to Jack for asking me initially and for being such a great host. You did a fantastic job, Jack. Really thoroughly enjoyed being in it and watching it. And if anyone here is thinking of signing up for the next year's season 2, please do so. It's really great fun. And I wanted to say thanks as well to Mike's Vinyl Spiral, Christian at the Vinyl Sanctuary, John the 6-inch pianist, and of course Gav Axman Spins for being great opponents. I really enjoyed meeting you and playing against you. And in closing, I just wanted to say I'm not going to get big-headed about it. I'm not going to go on about it all the time. I just wanted to say that it's not going to change me, and I'm just going to carry on making videos as usual. Okay. What? Hey, what's up VC? Midge here, guy in a hat who loves to talk about records. And today I'm in Liverpool, one of my favourite cities in the UK. Absolutely love it here, come a couple of times a year. And I'm about to take you to one of my favourite vinyl haunts here, Dig Vinyl. I've had some really cool gems from here over the years, so I'm just going to give you a quick look and show you the shop, okay?
I thought I get 25. I didn't need that.
I can do 30 if no.
Where's the smaller? It's bugger for me that wouldn't it?
So that was a little snippet of Dig Vinyl in Liverpool, one of my favourite shops. I've been going on and off for years, and I always come away with something. They have some really great gems there. The first part of the video, you saw a snippet of Crosby Beach. If you ever get a chance to go there, it's absolutely beautiful place. It's a beautiful beach, and it has Anthony Gormley's Another Place art installation there. So there's 100 life-size statues, cast iron statues spread along the beach. And it's really cool when the tide's out, you can go up and see them, stand next to them. They're all facing out towards the sea. And when the tide comes in, obviously you see the water and the waves washing over them. And sometimes you can just see the little head in the distance and it washes right over them. And it's really cool. It's a brilliant art installation. I can't think of anything else that has such a great mixture of, like, it's like living art. It's like art and nature together. It's an absolutely incredible place to go, and the beach is lovely. So if you ever get the chance to go to Crosby Beach, check that out too. So Liverpool, one of my favourite places to go. As I've said, we go a couple of times a year, and my youngest daughter is about to embark on her university journey there. So I'm really hoping that she enjoys it, and hopefully I'll get a chance to go up to Liverpool more often to check out see my daughter, not check out the record shop, to see my daughter. So yeah. So a couple of weeks ago, we had a chance to go up and check out her university digs. So I thought it might be a good chance for me to check out Dig Vinyl and another record shop that I go to in Liverpool. So this is just a quick video to show you what I've got. I don't like showing records that I haven't really listened to, but I know you guys like vinyl digging videos. So I have had a quick listen to all of these. So I'll go through them and show you what I picked up from Dig Vinyl. Great bag there, for those of you who like record shop bags. So let's dive in and see what I've got. This was in the bargain bin. This was Wishbone Ash. This is their self-titled debut from 1970. I've only got one Wishbone Ash album, but I think it's Pilgrimage, and I really enjoyed it. So I thought, seeing as it was cheap, I'd pick up another one. Nice gatefold sleeve. I don't know if it's original or not, I doubt it. On the MCA label. If I had a quick listen to this one, it sounds great. Obviously, they're a band that had twin lead guitarists. Who was it now? Andy Powell and Ted Turner. Just a great band, just mixture of rock and prog. There's a little bit of jazz in there as well, I think. So, yeah, listen to the track on here called Phoenix, which is an extended track, and it's absolutely superb. And yeah, great album so far. So probably all of these albums I'll review properly at a later date. I'm just showing you what I picked up on the day. So had a quick listen to this, really enjoyed it. Obviously the front cover artwork, it's a wishbone and it's got ash at the end, so it's a literal interpretation of the band's name. So it's probably a good job that the design agency didn't have rudimentary peni or something like that, because it could have well, I dread to think what could have happened. But yeah, it works for Wishbone Ash if nothing else. So yeah, enjoying that one at the moment. So the next album I picked up in Dig Vinyl was by the band If. I've got a few of their records and I've always really enjoyed them, so I thought I'll pick another one up. So this is If's Not Just Another Bunch of Pretty Faces from 1974. Some people might disagree. There's some pretty faces there. Perhaps not on the back, so look a bit glum there. But yeah, jazz rock band If, really great fusion of heavy rock and jazz. It's got a bit of a funky edge at times as well, but just a great band, and it's a mixture of instrumentals and vocal rock songs. Most famous for having the member Dick Morrissey, who was a saxophonist, played in loads of jazz bands, played with If and solo, teamed up with Jim Mullen and made a lot of albums under the Morrissey and Mullen name. But yeah, great saxophonist, great jazz player. Jeff Whitehorn, guitarist, also was a member of this band. He's played with loads of musicians over the years as a session musician, Paul McCartney and the like. And he also became the guitarist in the band Backstreet Crawler when Paul Kossoff died, and they changed the name to Crawler, so he played in that band too. This is an American pressing on the Capitol label. You've got them all in full flight there. And this is, like I said, this is an import on the Capitol label. So I've had a quick listen to that and really enjoyed it. Like I said, a few of the earlier albums on Island I've got, and also some of the later ones as well. But they're really consistent. They're really good. I enjoy them anyway. So yeah, that's If, Not Just Another Bunch of Pretty Faces. Next up, oh yeah, a band that I've been recommended to over the years quite a lot, and I think I made the mistake of trying the later stuff, which I didn't really enjoy. I had a couple of albums by them, I just didn't do anything for me. But again, I saw this cheap and dig vinyl, so I thought I'd give it a punt because everyone's always been raving about how good their early albums are. So I thought I'll give it a try for a cheap one, and it's the Steve Miller Band's 1968 album Sailor. And I've really been enjoying this, to be honest. I've given it quite a few listens. It's just a great mixture of blues and rock, and with some like psychedelic edges. There's a really cool spacey Floyd type instrumental that starts the album off called "Song for Our Ancestors." But there's some great songs on here. Quicksilver Girl, Overdrive, Dear Mary. Yeah, I've really been enjoying this. It's been a bit of a surprise because, like I say, I tried some of his later albums and just didn't do anything for me. And also, I didn't know until I bought this album that Boz Scaggs was a member, and he contributes some songs to this album. And I really like Boz Scaggs' sort of, what would you call them, sort of yacht rock albums in the late 70s. So, yeah, that was a surprise. I don't know what pressing this is. Again, it's on the Capitol label, the orange Capitol label. But yeah, it was a bit of a surprise. I've really been enjoying this one. So also, it's one of my favourite quiz questions. See if you can get it. What band did Steve Miller used to belong to? It's always a good quiz. Try that on people who are knowledgeable about music. Always a great quiz question. Bamboozles them totally. So yeah, Steve Miller Band Sailor. I also got, let's see what's next, something a bit more modern. This is a bit of electronica, and it's from on the Castles and Space label, which I'm a huge fan of. It's a UK label that specialises in electronica, and also from sort of more or less like bedroom musicians. Really, it's sort of like nobody with a household name, just musicians that really talented, fiddle about with their analog synths in the bedrooms and make some great music. And Castles in Space is a label that champions all these people. And this is an album that I've got most of the albums on Castles in Space because I try to buy most things that come out of it because I'm never usually disappointed. This is one of the gaps I've had, and I was surprised to see this in Dig Vinyl. So this is Concretism for Concrete and Country. I think this originally came out in 2018, and I missed out on this one. It's the guy behind it is Chris Sharp, who is I think he's composed for TV and radio, so he has got a bit of a pedigree. And Concretism is basically sort of like it's very dark, brooding electronica. There's a melody there, but it is quite on the brooding side, and there's elements of Boards of Canada as well in there as well. It's quite a retro type sound, so I was really pleased to spot that in there. I love the artwork as well, and also it's got it's pressed on this is the second pressing, and it's pressed on a really cool splatter. You know what I'm like for a splatter vinyl. Look at that, it's a really cool splatter vinyl effect. So yeah, on Castles in Space. So I have other albums by Concretism and I've always really enjoyed them, so I know I'm going to enjoy this one, and this is one that I missed out on back in the day, so I was really pleased to pick up on this. As usual with Castles in Space, great artwork, a lot of care's put into the artwork and the vinyl, so yeah, really surprised and pleased to pick that up, so that's a great gap filler. And I think lastly, from Dig, I got this band which I've not heard of before, Alcuin, and their album Marks, from what year was this one? For 72. So again, this is a Dutch band, prog rock, very spacey. They sing in English, and I was quite drawn to the potato printing on the cover. You don't see that anymore, do you? People don't potato print anymore, do they? So yeah. So basically, a spacey prog rock, stretches out. There's quite a few sort of acoustic-y pastoral moments thrown in as well. Lots of organ, saxophone and flute, and it's got sort of like a very Canterbury scene type feel to it. So it does sound very Caravan in places, which is brilliant. You know, I love Caravan. So yeah, I'm really pleased to pick that up. It's not an original. I think the originals had gatefold sleeves. It is on Polydor, so it's a later pressing, but it was a great price as well. So I was pleased to pick that up because I've never tried any Alcuin before, but it sounds really cool. So yeah, pleased to add that. So next, I popped over to I had a little bit of time left, so I popped over to Rough Trade in Liverpool. So I don't often go to Rough Trade for new music because it's quite expensive for an independent. But what they do have in Rough Trade is they always have a cool second-hand section. And it's a bit bizarre, really, because they always seem to have a lot of American pressings in for some reason, and they often have some prices marked down and things like that. So it's always worth checking out Rough Trade stores for the second-hand section, because, like I said, they sometimes have a lot of unusual European and US pressings in there. So that's always worth checking out. So I had a quick fumble around in Rough Trade, as it were, and this is what happened. Oh, just have a drink. So that was Rough Trade in Liverpool, and as you can see from the video, they had a copy of Pete Brown's Amelia Can Shake Hands With in the Dark. I love Pete Brown, and I'd love to get originals of those albums, but that was 75 quid, and it was in a VG minus condition. So, but also this is why I'll probably never be what you call a serious record collector, because all the records I bought on this trip were less than that one record. So, you know, I could have gone for it and had an original, but I can't do it. I mean, I got like 7 albums for the price that I could have had that one. And that's what always probably stops me from being, you know, somebody who buys a lot of these higher priced items, because I'd rather have, you know, more things to delve into than just one. But I mean, there's some things I'd break the bank for, but not many. And, you know, with the condition being like it was, I didn't want to push the button on that one this time. But yeah, got a couple of 2 albums from Rough Trade, so I'll show you them now. One is on the Rare Earth label, which is a really cool label. I'm not a label collector, but sometimes I think it might be worth collecting the Rare Earth label, because it's just so cool and eclectic, and it always blows my mind to think it's like a subsidiary of Motown. It's like their rock orientated label, short lived. that they started in the 70s. So this is Repairs, Already a Household Word, on the Rare Earth label. So this is basically it's like rock with a bit of country thrown in. It's not a thoroughly country album. There's a little bits of country rock thrown in there. They do a lot of great harmonising vocals, so there's like a Crosby, Stills and Nash harmony influence going through the record. Great self-penned tracks. There's a few there's a few covers on there. There's a cover of Michael from the Mountains from Joni Mitchell, but most of the songs are self-penned, and I've really enjoyed this so far. Like I say, they stretch out in parts. Obviously, great musicians. I don't know why they're getting married there, and I'm sure there's a law against 5 guys marrying the same woman, but I don't know what the story behind that is. But yeah, great gatefold sleeve with pictures and lyrics on it. But yeah, I've really been enjoying this. So like I say, country rock with a bit of cool sort of harmony vocals to it. And it's produced by Andrew Oldham, surprisingly. I don't know how that came about, but yeah, enjoying this. Repairs, Already a Household Word. There's a great company sleeve in here as well from Rare Earth, showing their roster. And also some of the albums on the label, which look interesting. I've got the Power of Zeus album, that's great. I've got the Rare Earth album. Rare Earth are great. Sort of like a soul funk rock type version of a band. That looks interesting. The Brass Monkey album, wouldn't mind checking that one out. And The Cats with 45 Lives, that looks interesting. And obviously you've got Stoney and Meatloaf down there. You used to see that in charity shops all the time, but I've never tried that one. And Down at the Brassworks, that looks interesting too. And also you've got Love Sculpture's Blues Helping, which I've got the UK version, which has a really cool sleeve, but that's the Rare Earth version. I think a lot of the Rare Earth releases, the early ones, they all had gimmicky curved sleeves for some reason. Oh, and UFO, that's a great album as well. I've got the UK version of that, but yeah. So Repairs, look at that, I love that label. So yeah, I've been enjoying that one. So that was a good pick-up. And lastly, a band I've never heard of. This is an American pressing again. I don't know why Rough Trade gets so many, but they seem to. But this looked interesting, so I thought I'd give it a bash. This is from 1973, and it's a self-titled album by a band called Baxter. Again, a band I'd never heard of. And it's sort of like a strange mix of, it's lots of genres on this album. It's sort of very schizophrenic, which probably might suggest why they didn't carry on. I think they only made 2 albums, but they don't. It's one of those albums you listen to and the band can't seem to decide what area they want to go in. There's a mixture of rock, prog, jazz. It sounds like Yes in places as well. There's lots of sort of proggy keyboards. There's Crosby, Stills and Nash type harmonies, and usually within the same song. So in the same song, it can switch time signatures or genres, and it's cool. Listen, but it's all over the place, and they stretch out in a few of the tracks, so it gets quite proggy. But yeah, really interesting album. I'm glad I picked it up. I took a chance on it, but yeah, it's all over the place musically. But yeah. And this is on the, I haven't got many albums on this label. It's on the Paramount label. So that was an interesting pickup as well. So yeah, so that was my Liverpool trip, and hopefully there'll be a few more as well. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of a flavour and show you what I picked up. I did want to take a few bits of footage around the Cavern Quarter and show you all the Beatles bit, but I didn't get a chance. So for those people who've never seen it before, but hopefully on the next trip I'll be able to do that and give you a bit more flavour of Liverpool. But yeah, that was Dig Vinyl and Rough Trade in Liverpool. Okay, see you on the next one.